And I've tried filming this before, but my phone died, so I don't think you guys saw me it. Well, I promise. It's just so good. I don't know how to cook it over forever. Okay, 22 seconds. Hope you're on board already. Okay. There has become this weird, like, flow throughout YouTube's service dog community channels. Naming just a few: Leo and Sunshine, Paws and Love, Service Dog Paws, My Siberian Husky, or My Service Dog Siberian Husky, I think is what it's called. Something Coyote Service Dog, Texas Service Dog, just to name that's. There's still plenty out there and lots of people starting and just beginning like a new channel, you know what I mean? I have noticed a lot of stuff being said about Service Dog Paws, and you've probably heard of it if you watch them and if you watch videos on the topic. I'm not siding with anything. I'm being honest. I'm not going to pick a side. Yes, there is proof, but then yet I don't want to get in it. I'm going to be like Switzerland in this stance here. I got a message or an email from YouTube, which most of us YouTubers have. If you posted a couple of videos, you definitely have gotten it. It is World of Change, one video at a time. For the next couple of months, they have picked 74 ambassadors from over, I think, 18 countries that speak different languages. And their theme is change the world one video at a time. Okay, so this being that time where it's time to think and it's time to change the world one video at a time, instead of calling each other out, fighting back and forth, not going to name the names, but fighting back and forth between each other. It's not worth it. Can we not just all agree to disagree? It's that time of the year. Summer is upon us. I know this is supposed to be like a Christmas type speech, but let's try to follow the example that YouTube has set. Let's try to promote this world for change one video at a time campaign thing that they're doing. I don't really know much about it. I've tried like looking some stuff up on it. I'm not really sure, but it meant a lot to me to see them try to do, because YouTube is already so amazing on what it does to help people learn how to do things, and DIY and creativity and people vlogging and archiving their lives. I'm doing that with you right now. I'm archiving myself. Not for your pleasure, maybe for your pleasure, but overall, let's try to stick together. Even if you're not part of this community and you look at us like we're crazy, most of us are. Not saying that's a bad thing. I mean, like, in a good way, we're crazy. I mean, what YouTuber isn't crazy in some way, right? Let's set an example. I'm going to follow Leo's lead on this and apologize for if I've ever hurt anybody or gotten aggressive with somebody over something stupid. I've never accused anybody, but if I ever have or ever come off in that way, I apologize. I'm not asking for your sympathy. These are some of the words that Leo said in his last live stream video that he saved to his channel, which amazed me because he is a year, almost 2 years younger than I am. I didn't even know that about him. I just started watching his channel and thought he was cool. Yeah, I knew that Leo had some anger problems, but that just comes with the disorders and the shit that goes on with people, and his own medical and mental illness problems. You know, you take with the good and give with the bad type thing. So you do your best, and that's all you can do. I just know there's a lot of stuff going on right now in this community, and I don't like to see it this way. We're supposed to be here to build each other up, make each other stronger, educate, inform, spread. Not break each other down, call each other out, fight back and forth through channels, over videos. So yeah, you have a different way of doing things. Why couldn't you just make a video and say, I'm going to walk away from this, I'm going to be an adult, I'm not even an adult. And we all kind of grow up sometimes. Even if we're 50, we still ain't growing up. We're still learning. Let's all take that stance and really try to just agree to disagree instead of starting an argument over something. It truly is, like, it impacts me because these people, through their videos, I've gotten to know them, and some of them, they mean a lot to me. Hero and NJ are some of my favorite people. In fact, NJ is actually part of one of my Facebook groups, and I totally go like fan shit crazy for her. She's awesome. I love her. I love Hero, and I love how Hero's not perfect. No service dog is. No person is. Mistakes are gonna happen. I have had some mistakes myself. My dog was perfect on a leash and could walk perfectly fine, but now she's got this attitude where she thinks she can walk a foot away from me, still in a heel, basically. I had her on a martingale. She was very compact with the martingale. Switched her over to a nylon martingale. She was doing okay with it at first, but now it's not doing anything for her. It's just like, does not work. She'd been on a head halter before, but I've kind of pulled back from that. But we've come back to it because my mom has seen the difference. And we just got her a gentle leader, and I made her wear it for 15 minutes a day. She's worn one. I've made her one that she's kind of used to. But this new one, I don't understand why she's having such a problem with it. Because it's a different material, and it's kind of a different feel, you know what I mean, to the one I was using. But she'll eventually get used to it, and my mom said she did really well. And when she got home, it was still on her nose, so I'm guessing it worked. It just comes down to the point she just needs to wear it for a couple minutes, and she's totally fine with putting it on her nose. That's not the problem. It's just the point of, the pawing, the rubbing, that type thing. Not really, you know what I mean? If you train it right, I've heard that it works real well, but for some dogs, it just takes some while getting used to. So she has a new red gentle leader, and I think it's downstairs, and I would go get it, but I don't want to leave you guys. I may only have 4 subscribers. This may not go viral, but it's just the point. Let's stick together on this, okay? This world is already tough enough. Stand strong, stand together, unite. That is what I've got to say. Now, moving on from all this depressing stuff and this stick together thing, it's important, yes. But I have something I would like to say that's happened to me recently. I live in Billings, Montana, as all of you know. And if you watch my channel, you probably know that. I have a brother, not going to give out his name, who works at I'm not gonna say a certain Little Caesars because there's several different Little Caesars here. But we have had a problem with the compliance of not all of them, one of the establishments here in Billings, the one that my brother works at. I'm not giving any names, but last time I was in there, my mom had come in and she needed to talk to my brother, which is normal, because he's only a couple minutes away from the house, that way, this way, that type thing. And we live in the middle of town, so everything's pretty much a quick distance away. It's all basically the same. And last time we came in there, she told me no dogs allowed. And because my mom respected where my brother worked, she told me, Quinn, no dogs allowed. And I said, okay, fine. And I said, just letting you know, it's illegal to deny me access. I said, you can get in a lot of trouble if you do this. Just giving them a warning and educating. So she goes, and I said it's against ADA law to discriminate, or basically it's like discrimination. That's basically what I got dealt with yesterday. I'm just telling you this now. But because this is where my brother works, I'm not going to jeopardize his job. And I'm also going to try to educate from the highest form of management that's there, working its way down. Because nobody really likes this chick, is what I've heard. I'm not saying names because I don't know her name, but we came in there and she told me no dogs allowed, service dog or not. Therefore, clarifying that I do not care if your dog is a service dog. Welcome by law. They're not allowed in here to what she thinks. And I said, no, it does not work that way. It does not work that way. You could get a lot of trouble. So she goes back and calls her manager and she said, I am so sorry. I just get off the phone with my manager. And I said, it's okay, but maybe next time you might hear me out a little bit. Because I said, I've done my research. And the whole point is I have friends that work there that know Roxy. You know what I mean? They both know Roxy. Like, my brother know Roxy. One of the cashiers know Roxy. A lot of people know Roxy. They've seen her around town. I mean, we're one of the most frequently out type service dog teams there is. We're always active, always out doing something together. You know what I mean? But So I go in there this time thinking, oh, there's no problem, right? She takes my order like normal. I tell Roxy fault, which is my command for sit. She knows sit, and she also knows osari, which in Japanese, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but that's the way I've learned how to pronounce it. Because when I was learning Japanese, I was really into the Japanese commands. And so I use osari, fault, and sit. Fault is just a made up word I just came up with that works for us because I didn't want people thinking they could just tell my dog to sit. And half the time I don't use those words. I use fault. And her command for lay down is fusei, which, as you know, is Japanese for lay down. So when I tell her to do something, I tell her, Roxy, halt, fault, stay. Or if we're doing several, like, she can stand, but I like to break it down just because it makes it easier. Or if we're in line, I'll tell her, Roxy, halt, fault, fusei, stay. Or wait, or a hand signal. And a lot of people think that's funny. And yeah, it's funny to a point, but it's not that funny. So my commands rhyme, but there's a reason why they do. Your dog, if I were to say that to your dog would not understand. And I'm betting you 1 to 10, you don't know the meaning of my commands. Therefore, a lot of people use German, but I feel like German is so well known now that it's like, I mean, come on, how hard is it to think plots is sit, is laid out, and then sits is sit? You know, I mean, how really hard can it be to figure out what those commands mean? And you can kind of pick up on it when they say "nein." You know, it's German. French is going to be a little bit harder. Japanese is definitely going to be harder because there's so many different forms of the word Japanese, and Japanese is very confusing for a dog. So when I picked my words, I picked them very specifically to somebody who told me that these are what they use for their dog. I told her fault or faute, either or. They mean the same thing. I change it up once in a while because it works with us, you know. She knows basically the main word is fall, and it means to sit for me. I add the faute or fault, either or. She listens to both. Sometimes I go faute because it's just off the tongue and that's what I'd say. And I told her faute. She sits. I order my food. My brother comes out, and that's who I wanted to see anyways. He comes out and he says hello to my friend Ricky because that's who I was driving with. And Roxy's got her makeshift gentle eater that has made out of like an old like lanyard that works real well. She really likes it. It says Harmony across the noseband, which is really cute. I love it, but it's blue and she wears red gear. So, not saying they don't go well together, but they kind of clash. And you guys know me, I don't like clashing colors. I mean, I'm okay with now. I've gotten more comfortable with them, but I'm still kind of iffy about it with my gear since I have I have a custom vest made for my dog. I want everything to match the weight accordingly. She has a red gentle leader now to match her red vest. Ta-da! That kind of thing, you know? But walk in there, my brother, he finishes the order, and I'm kind of like, hi, hello, I love you, hey, bub, you here? You're my brother, say something to me type thing. Well, there's a reason why my brother was acting like that. As soon as I left and I got home, I get a call from my brother, and I was like, okay, this must be him explaining why he was being so upset or rude with me or trying to ignore me type thing. Well, I get told through my brother that the lady at the front counter who is one stage higher than he is, and the only reason why she's even up there is because that's all they had for management at the time, telling me that if I ever bring my dog in there again, they will not serve me. Service dog or not. That right there is straight up discrimination, and because the district manager said it, and the thing is, she's been using that phrase a lot when she has not talked to the district manager about it. So my mom, and of course, I'm in a fury about this because this is my own brother not standing his ground. And I understand it's your job. And I understand that it's a lot for you to have to stand up for your own little sister, for your job and your occupation. But he knows that Roxy has been trained. He's been out of the house for a year. Roxy's been in the house for almost a year and a half now. She had almost 6 months of training before I even got her. It was the point that this has been planned out. You know what I mean? When I got Roxy, it started out with, oh, she's a pet. That's all I ever wanted was a pet. You know, I always wanted a dog. And my conditions started getting worse. And they got to the point where I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't eat. I couldn't shower. I was having panic attacks. I was having nightmares. I was having flashbacks. I was having straight up anxiety attacks over nothing. And this just tells you with this subject, I know and I fight for it. And my mom is proud of me for what I believe in. But she's also told me to pick my battles. And I even if this is a battle that I should not pick, basically my brother told me, leave the dog in the car. You're only going to be in here for 5 minutes. And I go, yeah, I understand that. But it's the point. What if a blind person were to walk in there with their seeing eye dog and you denied them food because you didn't want the dog in the establishment? That's not how it works. So I have my mom calls my brother's old boss, and my old boss says the closest thing that I've had to be this being a problem is a girl bringing a pit bull puppy in because she didn't want to leave him in the car or leave him at home because she couldn't. He goes, that's about it. He goes, any other dog that's come in here has been very well trained, and we know it's a real service dog just because of the way they act. He goes, I've never had a problem with this. He goes, but we're not supposed to deny them access. And that's kind of like, and I was like, okay. So my mom talks to him, and he's going to talk to the, like, manager above manager, like, the guy who owns the place's son, I think, is what it is. And stuff like that, you know what I mean? So he's going to put a bug in his ear, and then we're going to go talk to him Monday morning before my brother's shift starts, because that's where he's going to be, is at that location, of course. And I'm going to be bringing some ADA, not law cards, but ADA, real, like, ADA printouts with me, so he can see the laws. And I found the perfect one for it, because ADA is great about giving those things where the law is needed. I could have, yes, I very could have well have, very well could have put in a complaint with DOJ, but I feel like this one's a little too close to home. And I feel like it'd take them forever to get to my case. So I'm going to handle this, and I'm going to go educate Monday morning. That is what I plan to do. I am walking in there with my service dog. I am going to sit down, have a discussion or I'm going to stand outside, have a discussion with the manager or a manager of not one but several of them, because that's the store he's going to be at on Monday morning. And hopefully we never have this problem again. Because last time I was in there, she came off with the attitude as of, I don't care, even if it's a service dog, no dogs should be allowed in public. That right there is her personal opinion, not the law. And how come the manager last time can say, no, you can't tell them that they're not allowed their service animal? But now all of a sudden the rules have changed, right? Oh, I've talked to the district manager about it. No, you haven't. She's apparently been throwing that around a lot. So this is just bad management is what it is. And I'm amazed that how many of these people they get, like my brother, yeah, he's kind of forced to know what the laws are because he's got a sister with a service dog. But I mean, he should have had some kind of training on this, him becoming an assistant manager and all. But that's all I've really got to say. And we're going to talk to him. Let's hope it goes well, you guys. I know this is a long video, and I know it's not going to go viral, but if you're with me, please help out. Like, subscribe. Even if you're just listening, show some support, you guys, because the meaning of the video comes from true heart. Let's keep together, united. Let's educate, inform, unite. Those are my new phrases. Underdog to service dog. Out. Bye, peeps. I don't know how to shut this off. So I just go here.